Once again, a very, very big welcome to Pinax TV. Just some few days ago, we had the NDC. The NDC, they had their primaries, and then people actually had the shock of their life. Others too also had the joy moments of their life. And Rawlings, his phrase that he has always been saying, fear delegate, it became a thing or a ringing tone during this particular NDC primaries, which they saw at the constituency levels to pick their MPs and new member of parliament to head or who come out to face their incumbents or who come out to face their current or other MPs coming 2020 general elections. Now, the primaries ended, but then Pinax TV and for most Ghanaians, MPP, NDC supporters, and lovers of politics, people were shocked. People were shocked because we had the shock of our life after hearing that some people who are actually the big names or who are actually parts of the big names, talking about the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, they have fallen, and it was so shocking. And then one person who have also come out in the limelight in the wake of all of this happening is our own Ras Mubarak. Ras Mubarak. Ras Mubarak is the MP for Kumbugu constituency in the northern region. And then when this whole thing happened, oh my God, as after the primaries, he has lost. So he has lost hands down. And the information that Pinax TV are picking right now is that he has taken the case to the BNI and also the Ghana Police headquarters, that he believes that something went wrong. Somebody was behind something which caused his loss. Now, when the primaries happened at Kumbugu, that was the NDC primaries, the person who actually won, his name is Dr. Hazam Adam. Dr. Hazam Adam, and this particular man is a lecturer at the University of Development Studies in also at the northern region, and he actually won. He got a total of 401 votes. So that was the votes that he used to beat Ras Mubarak. Ras Mubarak also pulled a total of 273 votes, and then other person who was also standing, whose name is Baba Abdullah, also got 81 votes. So if you are looking at all of these three fractions, you realize that the person who actually came out on top is our own Dr. Hazam Adam, whom I said that he is a lecturer at the University of Development Studies, UDS. He got a total of 401 votes, beating Ras Mubarak and also the other contender, whose name is Baba Abdullah. Now, when this thing happened, Ras Mubarak has ushered an interview and has said that something went on which actually caused his downfall. And according to him, they asked him what went on. He said that, Ghana, our politics is becoming so dirty. It's becoming so dirty and so messed up because whatever we are doing in this country, whether it be contract, business, church, everywhere, we involve money. So he believes that this particular man who has won, whose name is Dr. Hazam Adam, who was a former or is a lecturer at the University of Development Studies inside the northern region, he believed that this particular man actually used money to lure the delegates. He used money to lure and deceive the delegates to vote for him. That is what our own Ras Mubarak, who is the MP for Kumbugu, who has now lost, his seat, or he has lost his bid to contend as an MP for that particular constituency. That is what he is saying. So because of that, he's saying that based on this particular thing, he has reported the issue to the Bureau of National Investigation, the BNI. He has also reported the case to the Ghana Police Service, their headquarters here in Accra, for them to start investigation and delve into the matter. Now, if people are actually following Ras Mubarak, you realize that just some few months ago, the chairman for NDC for the Kumbugu constituency came out on a Northern Star Radio inside Tamale, and he said that Ras Mubarak is going to do everything possible for Ras Mubarak to lose his seat, or he's going to do everything for him to lose his seat to even contest in the upcoming 2020 general elections. Because according to the chairman, whose name is Abubakari Isahaka, he said that Ras Mubarak has been going around and he has been even saying it on radio and TV stations. Say he, the chairman of Kumbugu, he the chairman of NDC. That's for the Kumbugu constituency, and also other people who are the party leaders of that particular constituency in terms of the NDC. Ras Mubarak came out and said that all of those people are illiterate. They can't think far. They are not wise. He said a whole lot of harmful and ill words against them. Citing say Ras Mubarak is now more enlightened than this. Essing or no, the party chairman and also other people who are heading that particular constituency in terms of the party faithfuls. So because of that, he said that he's going to do everything possible to make sure that Ras Mubarak was going to lose. And he said this just a few months ago, and people actually did not take this seriously. But when the primaries happened, we saw that delegates actually don't forget. They remember the words of Ras Mubarak, where he was saying that the people or his party leaders in his constituency, they are not enlightened enough. They don't have vision. They don't think deep. They are not wise. They are not intelligent. And then this is what the party chairman for that same constituency, whom Ras Mubarak is an MP, said that, if you, Ras Mubarak, you are coming out to say that we, the people in Kumbugu, the NDC chairman, and then the NDC faithfuls, we don't think. We are going to show you. We are going to show you, just like somebody's song that he said, 2020, we go show Nana. So that is what they've showed Ras Mubarak. Amenoka say he has run to the BNI, the Bureau of National Investigation. And also he has petitioned the Ghana Police Service to come and also do a thorough investigation, because to him, he should have won, and people actually use money to deceive people and also deceive and conceive delegates. So I do vote for the person who actually won, whose name is Dr. Hazam Adam. For now, we don't know. We've monitored the whole thing, and we can say and certify right here that Dr. Hazam Adam have not come out to actually speak about all of these issues. But then we know that in no time he's going to talk. And NDC too is a very strong hold in Kumbugu constituency. It's a very, very sad one. Pinax TV, we are following all of these developments to give you more updates concerning all of these issues right here on Pinax TV. Subscribe if you are new to this channel, and kindly also like and share this video to your various social media handle. Thank you very much for watching.
And suppliers, which if government had paid, will it have made some of the banks liquid enough to continue to operate? And the point you even have to ask is, how much did they owe each other? Because there are cases where microfinance companies owed savings and loans companies. There are cases where savings and loans companies owed banks, universal banks. How did we net off all these before going to revoke licenses? As it is, we are saddled with a fait accompli, and we need to see how this can be handled with regards to the impact that it has had, not only on the financial sector, but on the customers whose monies are locked up, on the staff who thought they had lifetime employment but suddenly find that their employment is ended, on the staff who are being ejected from their rented premises, and who face serious dislocation of their lives as a result of the steps that have been taken. We would have handled it in a different way. We would have done a proper analysis of the situation, and revocation of licenses would have been a last resort, not a first resort. Celebs, you said I should not talk about the banking sector because the mess may have started from my regime. Thank you very much for your question. As I've said, no country is immune from crisis in the financial sector. We noticed the beginning of the crisis while we were in government, and we started taking proactive steps in order to deal with it. The first was the Energy Sector Levy Act. I'm sure you've heard about it. It's called ESLA. Because the main threat to the banking sector in our time was the debt that was owed to the bulk distribution companies. I hope you remember them. They were called the BDCs. And they were the major threat to the stability of the financial sector. And so we put the Energy Sector Levy Act, which was a tax on petroleum products, and it was supposed to deal with the legacy energy sector debts. This levy, as I talk, yields almost 4 billion cedis every year. And so at the time, with a debt that we realized at 2.2 billion, we knew that the money from the energy sector levy would be able to pay down the cost of government's indebtedness to the banking sector. This energy sector levy is still available. It yields, even with the recent increase, it will yield about 4 billion a year. The question to ask is, how has this government used that money? Because if this government has used that money prudently, then money should be available to be able to address the issues to do with the energy sector. Apart from that, there were several acts that we put in place. The Deposit Insurance Act was passed by Parliament in my time. And the purpose of that act was to ensure every person's deposit, so that in the event that there's a meltdown of any financial institution, because the deposits have been insured, the insurance companies will make good any monies that have been lost as a result of that. And so there were several steps that were put in place. And I believe that as the minority, we should have a say in what is happening currently.